Hi, this is Tom, and in this episode, we're going to solve the problem 5x squared equals 125. I'm going to start out, and I'm going to mess up. So this is what not to do. I'm going to put wrong, and I'm going to explain why. What I see often happening is that we take the problem. Let me write it down here. So I have 5x. Actually, I'm going to go back. I'm going to do this whole thing in red. So if I do that, change my dropper over here. So let's do this whole problem. Well, won't seem wrong, but it'll lead to the wrong result, and I'll explain why. So I'm just writing the problem down again. And then I'm going to divide both sides of the problem by 5. And then that's going to give me x squared equals 25. If you didn't do this arithmetic in your head very quickly, think of having 5 quarters would be $1.25. Or you can put it into your calculator. Now, then people often just simply take the square root of both sides. Just a quick square root like that. And they say, oh, the square root of 25, that's just 5. X is 5. Well, yes, and it's not that simple. So let's do the problem correctly so that we get all of the answer, not just part of the answer. And here's what you do. So I'm going to change back to blue. Actually, we'll use black today. And here's how the problem should progress. I'm going to move the problem over and take it from the top. So if I have the problem of 5x squared equals 125. Again, a good place to start is to divide both sides of the problem by the coefficient 5, or the greatest common factor. So I will do that. And that's going to leave me with a problem of x squared equals 125. Now, at this point in our studies, the only way we know how to solve a polynomial is to set the entire polynomial equal to 0. So let's do that, and we'll see what happens. Set polynomial or I should say equation. Set equation to 0. Let's do that. Set equation to 0. When I do that, it's easiest to keep the problem by having your term of highest degree, the x squared, keeping that one positive. So I'm going to move the 125 to the left side of the problem, and minus 125 here. This gives me the problem of x squared minus 125 equals, oops. Oh, I did it a whole bunch of times. Sorry, let's correct that. Eraser, so I'm going to erase that 1 there. That should just be a 25. That should be a 25. And that should be a 25. And so should that. Now I have the problem as it's supposed to be, and x squared minus 25 equals 0. Okay, now that we're back on track, we need to factor x squared minus 25. Factor x squared minus 25. Okay, we've studied breaking this out based on the values of a, b, and c, and we've also spent time noticing that x squared minus 25 fits a pattern, and in this case the pattern is called a difference of squares. So factor x squared minus 25, comma, which is a difference of squares. Difference of squares. Okay, now that we have that, that means that this factors into two factors. One of the factors is x plus 5. The other factor is x minus 5. Okay, the next step in solving this is that each factor must be set to 0. So then that means that x plus 5 equals 0. That's one of the answers. or x minus 5 equals 0. That's one of the possible answers as well. I'm going to start with x minus 5. So if I have a minus 5 here, if I added 5 to both sides of the equation, plus 5, put a line under it, bring down my columns, I have simply x equals 5. That's the answer that we got when we did it wrong. But notice this. Okay, so we're halfway there. But if I continue with this first factor that's set to 0, in this case here I have to subtract 5 from both sides. And when I do that, I end up with x equals negative 5. And now I have two answers. One of my answers is negative 5. The other answer is positive 5. So don't fall prey to trying to simplify the problem too far. Remember that to solve a polynomial, the equation has to be set to 0. This is Tom. I hope this helps. If you have any comments, let me know in the comment section below. Thank you for watching.